Buenas, buenas. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? Ooh, here's my weekly rant about how I'm cold and I want it to be summer. So, anyways, guys, it is fucking freezing. Can we literally just skip to summer? Ugh, I can't wait for it to be summertime. So after work, I can meet up with my friends and go drink on a patio and get fucked up an hour. But the next day, ugh. What a dream. No, pero en serio. Oh, I literally cannot wait. Cannot come fast enough, to be honest. Anyways, let's take a moment for my nails. I know they're just one color, but they're very bright and I love it. That's what I wanted. I just wanted something simple. I didn't know what to do because I know it's almost St. Patrick's, and I was like, but I don't want green nails. So I was like, we'll just go blue. We'll figure it out for the next seasons. But yes, guys. So on today's episode, I will be trigger warning. I will be talking about the Gabby Petito case and sorry guys, and DV. So if that is something you are sensitive to, please stop watching. I love you guys, but if not, then keep on listening. I do want to first off say, I know I'm just jumping right into it, huh? I do want to first off say that I think Mr. Brian is still alive. And if you agree with me, thank you. And if you don't, like Hawaiian said, he's dead. I don't think so. And a lot of people on TikTok are on my side, so I think I'm right. Just kidding. No, but okay. So, she did have a documentary on Netflix, and it was like approved by her parents, because of course her parents were in it. Her mom, her dad, her stepdad, and her stepmom are all in it. Her best friend's in it. And then before I get to why I think he's still alive, can we talk about the girl with the black hair that was in the documentary? That was their friend. Can we just talk about how little sus she was? Or was I the only one that got sus vibes from her? And I know as a girl, do we all feel like she was a little off? I don't know, just the way she was talking about him was a little weird. I did see comments, how a lot of videos actually, about how like everyone kept thinking she was sus, how she was very pick me, how she was like, oh, I could change him. And I do feel like she maybe didn't like him at first, but then when he did tell her, because they were friends, that you're either the love of my life or my best friend. And I feel like that she was like, oh shit. And then when he like moved on, she was like, wait, why don't you want me anymore? You guys know what I mean? I don't know. That's the vibes I was getting from her, because I was just like, a little sus. I don't know. I just didn't get the vibe. It was just like every time she came on the screen, when it was like unnecessary. I don't know why she was there. Second, I just feel like, I don't know, like, do you guys know what I mean? Like, it was just very off, very weird. I didn't like that. So speaking about the case, I will summarize it a little bit. For you guys that don't know, I think it was in 2001, I'm not too positive. This girl and her boyfriend, when wanted to do the whole van life thing, like drive around cross country in a van, of course, and then like go to like national parks and all this and that. Well, fast forward to, she ends up going missing, and then the main suspect is her boyfriend / fiance. I'm gonna call her a boyfriend because he never gave her a ring, but we'll talk about his behavior in a little bit. So her boyfriend, and then he was the main suspect, of course, because they were together, and all of a sudden she goes missing and he's not. So it's like, very suspicious. Anyways, so yeah, and then I think like 3 weeks later or 2, they found her dead, and then magically Brian Laundrie is found dead. So let's deep dive, shall we? Anyways, so they are a couple from she's from New Jersey. They live in Florida. They go cross country, and they are in Moab, Utah. And so, okay, let me go back a little bit because I'm jumping too far. So, apparently he was a very narcissistic, abusive boyfriend. And like everyone around her, like her best friend knew that, everybody around her. And of course, he does what every guy normally does when they want control or power over their significant other. They propose. Because why not, right? So he proposes to her. All of a sudden, she's like, oh my God, roses and rainbows. It's going to be the best. So whatever. And then, so yeah. So he has a tendency of being very abusive, very controlling, a narcissist, blah, 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 blah. So when they were in Moab, I think they were already like a week into their trip, if I'm not mistaken. I might be actually. Someone like a bystander calls the police and says that they saw a man hit a woman. Okay? So there's police footage that shows that they're like, hey, we just got a complaint. We're following them right now. And then in the video, they're like, oh shit, he just hit a curve. So they stop him. They go to her window and they're like, oh, what's going on? And she's crying, of course. I'm pretty sure of distress, of anger, of frustration. And he is calm as a cucumber. So of course, what do men, and I'm gonna say men because apparently the cops were men and whatever. They all of a sudden they get a call that a man hit a woman. And they blamed her. I don't condone violence. I've never have. I think if you willingly hit, and I know men can get abused as well. I'm not saying they can't. But the moment you are in a physical altercation in a relationship, it can go south very fast. And I feel like no excuse or I guess problem or fight should lead in hitting. Yelling, it happens. People get frustrated. I know when I get really, really upset, I don't tend to, but I do scream. Not like scream at the person. I just talk very loud, and I'm already a loud person. So you guys would expect how loud I get. So, I'm not saying you should scream at your partner either. I'm not saying that. But you guys get what I'm trying to say. So they call in that a man hit a woman, and they say she was a primary abuser. And like I said, he's calm. He's calm as a cucumber. Calm. And she's crying. Because, of course, she's probably upset. She's probably frustrated. She's just, all her emotions are all over the place. And, yeah, she's probably fucking crying. Because why not, in my opinions, theories, I feel like, of course, he hit her. Duh. He had to have hit her because in the documentary, they do post a picture of Gabby that she had taken and tiene un bruise right on her eye. And then she has scratches on her arm. Which the cop did point out. Oh, you have something on your face and your arm. Is that new? And you could tell as much as she was angry, probably mad at him, she still kind of like took the blame a little bit. Sorry. I feel she still sat there and was like, well, I did do this and I did do that. And then when I asked her about her bruise on her eye and her arm, she just stayed quiet. And I feel like, and that's always my, like, when people are like, well, why didn't you just leave him? Well, I mean, as much as she was mad, she still was like, wait, I don't want him to get in trouble. So there she goes, trying to be a good person. You know what I mean? And then, of course, I va el pinche officer, like, oh, she's the main aggressor, and blah, 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 blah. Which, in my theory, allegedly, this is all allegedly, I feel like he didn't want to prosecute him. The officer didn't want to say anything to Brian, because I feel like that's how he is in real life. Because after she's in the back, he said that she wasn't detained or anything. He put her in the back of his car because he's like, well, it's hot, like, let's put you in AC, whatever. I guess that part was nice about him, right? He tells Gabby, oh no, wait, hold up. He tells Brian, we're gonna get you set up with the room so you can take a shower and sleep and rest and get you an air conditioning. They send him to a hospital. They send him to a hotel for DV victims. What a fucking slap in the face, I swear. You're gonna sit this man in a comfy bed with AC and a warm shower after you got a call that a man hit a woman. And then, you know what he tells Gabby? What the officer tells Gabby? Oh, if you go up the road, there's a place where you can take a shower for $5. Shouldn't it have been the other way around? And I get it. I know that's Gabby's van. But then, okay, she could have parked her van at the hotel and she could have stayed there and he could have figured it out. Because what the fuck? And then he's on the phone, or he's telling somebody, I don't know what he's doing, but you can see in the body cam footage. He's like, oh, you know what? I told her to go take a shower. I know that's going to help her, because I know when my wife is frustrated and acting like that, I just tell her to go take a shower and she's fine. Do we not see what is wrong here? Do we not? No? Okay. Anyways, so fast forward to, I think, a few days later. They are in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. They go eat, and at this point, she had messaged her ex-boyfriend. And she pretty much told him, like, I can't do this anymore. I need to leave him, blah, blah, blah. She confided in her ex-boyfriend to kind of like, ¿cómo te digo? Como desahogarse, you know? Because I feel like she still had, like, that love for him. Not saying that she was, like, still in love with her ex, pero todavía le tenía cariño. And so I feel like she was like, oh, you know, like, who else? Because, of course, I feel like in situations like that, she couldn't call her parents because her parents would be like, we're gonna be parents. Sorry, guys, I had to take a quick intermission because somebody was being needy. Anyways, so like I was saying, I feel like she confided in her ex because you know how parents are and you know how her best friend was going to be. And she knew she didn't want to hear that at that moment. So she was like, okay, let me text somebody that I know is not going to tell me what I need to hear, is what I was thinking. That's why she messaged him. Anyways, so they're at the restaurant, and then they leave. And then they go somewhere else. I don't know where exactly they went to. Y luego, she isn't texting her parents. Her parents are like, Her mom got suspicious because right before the last thing she told her mom was that they argued. And then she's like, well, does that mean you guys are breaking up? And then she goes, no, but I will make more money as a solo female traveler. And a lot of people are saying that they feel like it triggered ¿cómo se llama? Brian, that he probably found out that she was talking to her ex. But I feel like what she had told her mom was probably what got him mad. Was like, oh, you're just gonna leave me and you want to do it on your own and blah blah blah. In my theory, I feel like that's probably what set him off. I'm pretty sure if he found out about the ex, that's probably what set him off too. But I do feel like probably that text message to her mom he was probably like, oh, like, what the fuck. So yeah. Oh my god. So that happened. Okay. So then her parents start getting worried, like, well, her mom says that she got a text from her saying, hey, can you tell Stan that I can't call him, I'm not receiving calls, can you just text me, or algo así. Well, Stan is her grandpa. And her mom goes, well, she doesn't call him Stan, she calls him grandpa. So that's when she's like, all right, she starts dotting the dots, and she goes, suspicious. So she ends up going missing. Like I said, they found her 2-3 weeks later, and she's dead. In the time that she goes missing, he, of course, disposes of her body. He leaves her somewhere. I don't remember exactly where. Ahí la deja. And he, pinche descarado. This is what pissed me off too. He goes through her phone, starts texting people back. Sends himself money from her account. And people are like, well, how does he know? Well, I mean, they were supposedly going to get married. So I'm pretty sure she like trusted him. He's like, oh, I can send me his passwords. Or she probably had him somewhere and he found them. I feel like she probably just gave him like her passcode and he just like went through it, like stuff like that. So he sent himself money. He used her card for gas or something and cosas así. So this is where all this ties in. So while she's missing, he I'm putting this in quotes because there's 2 theories to this. So we'll see which one you guys think. So while Laundry is driving, he drove, oh my god, I can't speak. I'm sorry, guys. He drives, I think they're in Wyoming still. Is that where Yellowstone? I'm just going to shut up. He drives from Wyoming to Florida. Those are on 2 opposite sides of the U.S. Florida's la esquina and Wyoming is kind of pretty much in the landlocked state, but it's more that way, So when the police, and then her mom calls, she's in New Jersey, she calls the Florida police like, hey, like, my daughter's missing, that's where she resigns, like, I have to, I was told I have to call you guys because that's where she lives. They go to Brian's parents' house. Guess what's in the driveway? The van. So you would think he's there, right? Okay. The police is like, hey, his parents answer the phone. Oh my god. His parents answer the door. He's like, hey, may I speak to your son? They right away say no. Okay. Mind you, Brian is over the age of 18. So shouldn't he be obligated, oh my god, to talk to the police because they're asking for him? He's of age, right? Am I wrong? I just feel like that was weird. That if and when he was there, wasn't it weird that his parents were like, no, he doesn't want to talk to you guys? I just find that kind of weird. Anyways, the officer leaves. Oh, before he leaves, they're like, oh, we have an attorney, so if you need to talk to us, talk to our attorney. Or lawyer, whatever. Why would you need a lawyer? When your soon-to-be daughter-in-law is missing, why would you need a lawyer? Anyways, so they say that they both own the van. Officer does his officer things and realizes that it's only registered to her. So then he goes back and he's like, hey, like, I need to talk to Brian. And they're like, no, he's not going to talk to you. We told you we have a lawyer. We don't want to talk to you. And then he's like, okay, that van's not under his name. It's only under Gabby. And we're going to take it. And you could tell they're kind of like, well, like, what are we going to, like, ya que? You could tell they did it because there's evidence. But they had to. So they're like, okay, whatever. So he takes it. He calls the New Jersey police, I think. He calls somebody, but and then he pretty much tells them, and then he's getting mad because the lady's getting frustrated that he's not doing anything about it. He's like, well, what, like, what the fuck? And everyone's just like, it's like, sir, they were on a trip together. She goes missing. He's magically at his parents' house a few days after. Please tell me how that makes any fucking sense. Please tell me if that makes any sense. The second conspiracy theory that I was trying to mention was that people think that he flew back or went somewhere else, and that the mom went to go pick up the van and drove it back to their house. Which I feel like that one kind of wouldn't make sense, because wouldn't you have flight records of the lady being on a plane to get there, and then, I don't know. That one didn't make sense to me. But I was like, I don't know, maybe. Because, of course, oh my gosh, nothing makes sense. Anyways, so yeah, he's magically not there. Oh, I mean, he's magically there, but then they don't want to let the officer speak to him. Well, then, like 4 days later, they all went on a camping trip. Your girlfriend / fiance is missing. And you're going to go on a camping trip with your parents and your sister and your brother-in-law. That's a little weird. Anyways, whatever. So, they're trying to find Gabby, whatever. Turns out they end up finding her, like I said, 2-3 weeks later. This is where it gets interesting. They find her. There's no signs of decompensation. Yeah, right? Is that the word? Apparently she was still recognizable, whatever. Okay? Remember that one. Anyway, so they go back to his house. So now instead of they go to his parents, and supposedly his parents said, oh, he's been missing for 2 days. So now he's a missing person. But then once they find Gabby's body, he becomes a person of interest. Because again, they were on a trip together. How is he by himself back in Florida? Why is he by himself and she is dead somewhere? Makes no sense at all. Right? I feel like people are not understanding why this... Okay. Anyways, I'm getting frustrated porque I see so many TikToks of people like, no, he's dead. No, he's not. Let me tell you why. And let me tell you why. Because some of the officers are fucking idiots because they didn't put 2 and 2 together. How are you gonna... That's not the point. Why the officers are stupid. Anyways. So magically, I guess in Florida, there's like swamps or whatever, I think. I don't know where, whatever. Well, they supposedly... He went on a hike because they found his Mustang, and his parents said, oh yeah, he likes to go hike there. They closed the park because it was raining a lot. Once it got unflooded, they all went. So his parents magically went to go help look for him. Law enforcement was looking for this man for a few days. Couldn't find him. His parents go looking / trying to find him. I'm quoting, if you can, you're not watching this video. Quoting. Okay. They find him in an hour. You're going to tell me trained professionals couldn't find him for days, and 2 dumbasses find him in an hour. Oh. And then I mentioned that his mom wrote him a very cryptic note that said, burn after reading. And in the note, it said, if you kill somebody or you need a bear, like something, I will help you hide the body. And you're gonna tell me the trained professionals couldn't find him, but his parents found him in an hour. Please make that make fucking sense. Please make that make fucking sense. These are where the theories come. one of the theories that I feel like it makes some more sense was that by the time that he went and drove the van before she went went missing, he fled. I don't know to where, but he fled to go into hiding because they knew that when she went missing that they were going to try to look for him, and that he was never at the house when the officers first showed up, and then his parents were like, no, he doesn't want to talk to you. Because what are you going to tell me that a grown man that is over the age of 18 is letting his parents tell the police officers, and they should have been more assertive, that he can't come to the door? You're going to tell me. Do you see? Do we not understand? Okay. Another thing was that, oh, hold up, guys. Hold up. My brain is trying to put everything in order. It's not working. When his parents found him, his body was already decomposed. How was Gabby's body fine in weeks? And he magically was decomposed. Supposedly, they identify him by his teeth. I don't know how true this is. So allegedly, remember? I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't searched this one. I didn't look enough for this one. But his uncle is a dentist and identified him by his teeth. You're going to tell me his mom wrote him a cryptic ass note, pretty much saying, I'm in love with you. Don't marry her. And if you kill her, I will help you? And you think their parents aren't fucking hiding him somewhere? Or he's somewhere on the other side of the world hiding? You're gonna tell me this man is still alive? You're tripping. You are tripping. I never thought he was still alive. Because when this was all unfolding real time and he magically goes missing after they're trying to find him for murder, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. Because how are you gonna magically go missing? And then he supposedly wrote a note that was in a notebook in a backpack with his stuff. The handwriting is the same as his mom's, which could just be, I feel like sometimes you just write like people, could maybe him and his mom write the same. Who knows? Not every two people write the same, but maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he did write that. But what didn't make sense is the way he described he killed Gabby. When the autopsy said she was strangled, he said he hit her with like a brick or something. What is he trying to hide? What is he trying to cover? Well, we all know that he murdered her. So the parents are hiding him. The mom wrote the note because she's in love with her son and he's alive somewhere. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. You guys cannot tell me that this man is dead. I watched the documentary. I remember watching this unfold in real life. And when this was unfolding in real life, I had always said that this man is still alive and there's no way he's dead. And then I watched this documentary and it proves me that not solidifies, right? Is that the word? It just helps me agree. No. Just proves my point that this man is not dead. It just says that. Because if he were to have fled the country, again, if he did, there would be records, right? Well, no one ever looked. He had time from the moment, because when she first went missing and he was driving back, before they announced her missing, they weren't looking for him. Of course, he could have phoned. He could have went to a different country. No one was going to know. Right? Because no one was looking for him. So he literally was hiding in plain sight. So you're going to... This man is alive, and you can't tell me no. You cannot tell me that this man is not alive, and I will die on that hill. That he is still alive, either hiding there was a conspiracy theory that he's hiding in the ground. I don't know. He's either hiding in the fucking ground or he's on the other side of the world. Because one, he has to go somewhere where he's not going to be recognized. So he can't go to a big city. He has to go a little bit more remote. But where would he go? I'm thinking somewhere like in Europe where they speak English. So he can, still communicate, and still live his life. But he's not like he's going to go somewhere where like he doesn't understand anybody. I don't know. I just feel like he knew that one, he was going to get charged for murder. So I feel like he was like, you know what? Let me disappear and magically kill myself. Supposedly that's what happened. That he unalived himself. I don't know if I can say that. He unalived himself. Because he didn't want to rot in jail because he knew he's guilty. Because, what a coincidence, Brian calls his parents. They talked for like 40 minutes or an hour. As soon as they hang up, they call their lawyer. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Because why do you need a lawyer when your son calls you? Why would you need a lawyer? Very suspicious. And right away, you guys talk on the phone, all of a sudden you have your lawyer called up? Please tell me how that makes any sense. Because it doesn't. It makes no sense. That he texted his parents. He called his parents. And in a few seconds, they had called their lawyer. And he's magically not at the house. And his parents magically find him in less than an hour. When trained professionals couldn't fucking find him. And I sound like a broken record because it is true. And that is a hill I will die on. And I will say it again. Brian Laundrie is alive. And you cannot tell me otherwise. Thank you. Men. I just don't get it. And it just makes me sad that she had her whole life ahead of her. And this man. Because insecure men will dim your light. If you are a ray of sunshine, they will block your light. They will be the shade and make you feel useless and worthless. And they will just ruin you. And he knew that she was going to be better than him and be way better without him. So he killed her and fled and is hiding somewhere. It just makes me sad and frustrating that, and I know I hear this saying a lot, that, oh, why didn't she just leave him? Some people aren't that lucky. Some people are able to leave their abuser. Some people get killed. And unfortunately, she did get killed by her abuser. Because he is an insecure man who was balding in high school. Just like his bitch ass daddy and his bitch ass mom that's in love with him. Anyways, guys, thank you for listening to my rant about how I think Brian Laundrie is still alive. You can't tell me he's not. Okay, I'm done saying it. Brian Laundrie's alive. Anyways, guys, thank you for listening. You know, you can listen to me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course, you can see my beautiful face on YouTube. Bye.